Hey guys, my name's Andrea Jabson. I'm a senior PR major, and this is a short little video about me. To start out things, a few things I enjoy doing in my spare time is going to concerts. I've seen about 60 performances live over the course of 2 to 3 years under different genres, and I would say my favorite people I've seen live was Green Day and Muse. I just think it's awesome how historic they are in the music industry, and they put on a phenomenal live show, so I highly recommend seeing them. Another thing that I enjoy doing is traveling. My most recent adventure was out to Maryland, where I attended a video game convention that focused on speedrunning, which is essentially playing video games quick. This convention also raised money for Prevent Cancer Foundation, and at the end of the convention, which was a week long, they raised over $2 million, which I thought was really awesome. And the last thing I like doing is keeping up with the video game and technology industry. I like how this is a field that is constantly evolving. It's very creative and it's innovative. And it's crazy to me how in a few years that technology could be completely different than how it is now. So that's what I like doing in my spare time. What am I most grateful for? Not necessarily a what, but who. I would have to say my friends and family. They've been through everything with me, no matter how good or bad situations have been. They've always supported me unconditionally, no matter what stupid decisions I've made and whatever. And without them, I would not be half the person I am today. So I really appreciate them for everything they've done for me. The happiest moment of my life so far would probably be making the decision of changing from nursing to communications. Like, I'm so much happier with my life, and a lot of people have complimented me saying that I I am a different person than who I was 2 to 3 years ago, and it really shows. And honestly, that just makes me happy that other people see me happy. The kindest, who has been the kindest to me? That's actually a difficult question because I don't think I've ever encountered anyone who was purposely mean to me, if that made any sense. Yeah, I literally have no idea. If you could honor one person in your life, living or dead, by listening to their story, who would that be? And what would you ask them and why? Wow, that is also kind of a difficult question. I recently watched Bohemian Rhapsody, and I think it'd be cool just meeting Freddie Mercury and hearing his story. I mean, obviously, what the movie portrayed could be like can be different than what he actually experienced. So just like hearing his life story from when he was young up to when he passed away would be super cool to hear. Tell us a little bit about my family. So my family is actually not from America. They're from the Philippines, and my dad came here when he was 18, and my mom shortly after when she was like 25 or so. I'm an only child, and my dad currently serves in the military. He has been for almost 30 years, and he is a flight technician slash mechanic for Chinooks. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but they're just basically helicopters that transport supplies. And my mom is an office manager for a construction company in downtown Peoria called CT Gabber Home and Reconstruction. So yeah, check them out if you ever need a bathroom or kitchen remodeled. um, what is the riskiest thing I've done? So I am active in an online community on Twitch, and there's this person that I've been talking to, and I was talking to at the time. And on New Year's Eve, I kind of made like a sporadic decision to visit him, and I ended up buying my plane ticket to see him, even though I have not seen like what he looks like at all. And he like I bought the plane ticket out of the blue, and I flew out to see him in March of 2017, and he turns out to be like my best friend. Like, I'm super excited. Like, he makes me happy and all this. So um what what is the top 5 things you would like to do before I'm 30? Move out of Central Illinois, which I will be doing in May, which I'm super excited about. Go to Coachella at one point. See Muse in Europe. Muse is actually a UK band, So I think seeing them perform on their home ground would be super like really cool to see. Go to all 58 national parks, probably one of my dream of mine, and overall just be happy. Like if I notice something doesn't make me happy, just figure out what's like the cause of it and kind of fix it. Like don't go I don't want to go like the rest of my life being unhappy and stuff like that because I already know how that feels like. What is something you have done that you believe no one in class has likely done? Okay, so this is going to sound kind of disgusting. So I am Filipino. I have Filipino parents, and I've eaten balut. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's duck embryo, and it's basically a Filipino cuisine slash luxury to eat. So yeah, I had the honor of eating that. It is kind of salty. I don't really like it that much, I guess. But I don't know. It wasn't for me. I ate it once and I decided I'm not doing it again. So, why did I decide to come to Bradley? I decided to come to Bradley because I was actually my previous institution was down the road from Bradley, and just walking and being out, I've always heard positive. I've heard positive things about Bradley, and it just was one of my top schools before while I was in high school, and I just like didn't get high enough grades. So I when I was transferring schools, I basically made Bradley my top choice again, and yeah, so it's just to me, it's a really prestige school. It gets a positive reputation in the Peoria area, and it's I really like the whole like small school feel and all that. So I couldn't imagine myself going to like big schools like University of Illinois and Urbana Champaign and stuff like that. So and yeah, that's pretty much it. So okay, so the story I'm going to share actually ties in a few questions of what I'm proudest of, riskiest thing I've done, hardest moment of my life, and a big challenge I had to overcome. So before being a PR major, I actually was a nursing student, and I was 2 semesters away from graduating until I decided to make the change from nursing to something business related. And so people basically called me crazy for being so close to graduation, but then it made me realize that I would much rather be doing something that I'm happy and passionate about. While I was in nursing school, I absolutely hated going to school. I hated clinicals. I hated doing the paperwork. I just felt like I wasn't giving the 100% care to my patients, and it was just something I couldn't see myself doing for like 30 to 40 years or whatever. So I decided that something needed to change. And also during that time while I was in nursing school, I was depressed. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and that was kind of a hard concept for me to grasp was because I've always been known as being happy and positive. I've always been a happy child from basically when I was born up until when I graduated high school, and that's kind of when my mental health started going downhill. So the reason why I kind of stuck with nursing was because while I was in high school, I had the idea engraved in my head that it was really the way to go because healthcare had a really good was basically available in basically available anywhere I went. Um, it was job security. It made good money and that sort of stuff. So that's kind of the reason why I went towards it. And when I first started out nursing, I was something I was iffy about, but I was like, oh, maybe I just need to adjust because this is different from high school. Like it's going to be tough, but you just got to push through it. And up when I started clinical, that's kind of when I started feeling the fatigue and unhappiness, and I just decided that it was time for me to find something else, even if it meant throwing away 4 years of my life to do something different. So during my time from nursing to PR, I went to community college to not only solidify that it was something that I wanted to do, but I also gained back my mental health and took care of myself during that time. So then after that, I transferred to Bradley, and 2 years later, here I am, and I'm on the road to graduation in May, which I'm very proud of myself for overcoming everything despite some obstacles thrown my way. I have been offered so many opportunities, and just being in this field, from being in communications alone, has opened up many networks and doors for me. And after graduation, I do plan on moving out to the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, where I'll be pursuing a full-time job as an internal communications coordinator, which I think is absolutely awesome. And without these opportunities, I would not have met any of the people I have. I would not be happy. I would not be where I am today. And that is certainly a feat that I am very proud of myself. Like, even though I feel like I talk about this a lot, it's just, I hope that my story inspires other people to pursue what they love, even if it means going into unknown and being in the dark for a while, but eventually you'll find your way into something that'll make you happy and into a better direction. So